Hello, gamers and storytellers. Welcome to Storytellers Lounge. I'm your host, Dylan, joined by Gamebox
Yo, what up?
and Sly Sonic Fan.
What's up, everyone?
Boo.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Don't ask where that came from. That was just like out of nowhere.
Today's episode, we'll be reviewing The Batman.
The Batman.
I am Batman. By the way, Sly, I just want to say sorry about the booing. That was just a joke.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
He's gonna get revenge on me, trust me.
Oh, yeah, let's not focus on that. Yeah, we'll cross the bridge later, Gamebox. Don't, just you wait, don't worry.
Oh boy, okay. Okay then. Anyway, let's continue.
So,
Yep.
what are your thoughts on The Batman?
Who will go first? If no one else wants to go first, I'll go first.
I'll let you go first.
Alright, bet. Okay, so my initial thoughts of the Batman, like a quick summary of just how I feel about the movie. Obviously overwhelmingly positive. Overwhelmingly positive may even be a like it may not even live up to like just how much I like the movie. I think it's near perfect, guys. This might very well be, at the very least, objectively speaking, one of, if not the best Batman movie ever. No, people are not exaggerating on Twitter. No, people are not blowing this out of proportion. This is just, it's a masterpiece. This is cinema. They have utilized the format, the character to their fullest capabilities, and this is like how you do a flawless Batman movie. So yeah, I'm pretty ecstatic. I am very excited to see this universe that Matt Reeves has to tell involving our favorite Cape Crusader. And so yeah, I love the movie.
Pretty good.
Gamebox.
Alright, it's me now. Okay. I mean, all I have to say is that I really enjoyed it. It was a really good movie. I mean, pretty much you can even tell from the. So, by the way, sorry if any of you's heard a ringtone, but I mean, could anyone really? I mean, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, or just wanted to put that out, but I can kind of from the get go, even like from the first ever teaser, we already knew it was going to be good, and I will say it's a very very good movie. Now, would I say it's better than The Dark Knight? Maybe somewhere in the middle. But I would actually go out of my way to say this is a masterpiece that took a massive risk with COVID. But it is very creative, and I really like that. And that's me.
All right, nice. What about you, Dylan?
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I really like how the story was told. So, yeah, really recommend it.
Yeah, and just a disclaimer for you guys before we get into the next two topics. Just know that we all of us have seen the movie. I'm pretty sure you have all seen the movie. It's available on HBO Max right now for free if you have the service. So we will be diving 110% into spoilers. So just a fair spoiler warning: if you have not seen it, click away. But if you have, then stick around. Or if you just don't care about spoilers, I guess, then yeah, watch anyways.
Yeah, and I would even say that I mean, it's been out for a month, and I'm pretty much assuming that a lot of people have seen the Batman, and if not, then there is a couple of options. There is you were probably busy with other films, or just busy with schedules because we're all busy. Two, there's something wrong with you, and you just prefer Marvel.
Get out of here, Marvel fanboys. This isn't a place for you.
Well,
Or-
okay, bye then.
Sorry.
Well, okay, bye then.
Oh, no.
No, don't leave.
I like
Stop,
Marvel
don't
too.
come
I'm
back.
just lying.
Stop, don't come back.
I'm back.
I mean, let's be real though. This is probably better than like anything Marvel has put out. And well, I was about to say anything they've put out in the last 2 years, but No Way Home just came out. Well, no, I'd say this is probably better than No Way Home. I'm pretty sure we all agree on that front. Like narrative wise, this is probably a more sound film than No Way Home was.
Yeah, and I'm not bashing the MCU or anything, because here's the thing. This may come off as a bit of a shocker. I haven't seen a lot of the MCU films. I can't judge them, because if I were to judge an MCU films, like saying, oh, well, Infinity War was garbage, even though I haven't seen it, I'm not going to do that, because that's not, well, to me, that's not right. Like, you need to watch the movie to, in my opinion, actually give out your opinions towards it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, from what I can gather, I'm pretty sure because I haven't seen a lot of the Phase 4 films, but like the public perception is that every single Phase 4 film, with the exception of No Way Home, has been either mid or terrible. Now the TV shows have been prospering, but the movies I've heard have not been like the best. But that's just what I've heard, though. I'm not saying that because I haven't seen them. I haven't seen Black Widow, Eternals, or Shang-Chi, whatever it's called. But yeah.
Yeah. So,
Alright.
now we get in to the pros, aka the best parts, aka our favorite parts of the movie, and aka the good shit.
Yep. Who
I'll
wants to
go
start
first.
out?
I'll go
I
first.
bet.
I really enjoyed the score of the movie. Yeah, when the Batman was walking towards Penguin's down car, like it was just magical.
Yeah, let me tell you one thing. Like, I know everyone will go off and say, "Oh, I'm a Tim Burton fanboy," but here's the thing, right? Other than Danny Elfman, Michael Giacchino is pretty much what I like to call the second king of producing soundtracks. Unless if you want to throw Hans Zimmer into the ring, but in all honesty, I think Michael Giacchino's Batman score is just mwah, chef's kiss, absolutely amazing. Like the moment you like, even from the moment you see Batman, it's like, oh, this man, oh, Michael Giacchino, please marry me.
Joker.
Once again, I know I'm not gonna try and keep saying this constantly because spoiler warning.
Yeah.
If you haven't, just quick,
Yeah. I
sorry.
mean, if you're this far in, then I mean.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. If you haven't seen the film and if you're here, then okay, you're lost.
Yeah, you're lost. Gamebox, you want to go next?
Yeah. Like I mentioned before, this is a film that takes risks and shows off creativity. That's one of the things that I really like about other movies, is the fact if a film takes a massive risk and actually shows creativity, then there's actually a chance of it becoming my favorite movie. I'll list off some examples just quick. Batman Returns took a risk, Indiana Jones Temple of Doom took a risk, and I love those movies. They are really fun to watch. But the Batman did take a massive risk. Sorry, I nearly stuttered my words there. But everything in this movie was really, really good. Robert Pattinson as Batman, really perfect. Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle. I'll call her Selina Kyle because I don't know if I should call her Catwoman because she's not really Catwoman just yet. But I'll call her Selina Kyle for now. Yeah, Zoe Kravitz was just really great as Selina Kyle. Colin Farrell, everyone said this, and I'm gonna say it too, was unrecognizable as the Penguin, and he did really, really, really good.
Oh yeah, I already told these guys the story, but like after me and my dad had got done watching the movie, he showed me a picture of the actor, and he was like, "Hey, does this guy look familiar to you?" And I looked really hard. I was like, "No, I have no clue who that is." He's like, "That's the Penguin." And I looked at the TV and then looked back. I was like, "What?" like the makeup artists deserve an Oscar. Like they just earned that Oscar. He looks phenomenal in this movie.
To be honest, I actually remember just recently, I looked at the process of making the Penguin's makeup, and I think they used like a different layer because like when it was like coming on to putting on like the I'm not gonna say Peter Griffin chin, but it was like a different chin, and it was like it kind of looked like that they were like using double layers and stuff. And again, I know nothing. Well, I know nothing in the makeup department, but that's actually impressive when you have someone, a well-known actor like Colin Farrell, playing a character in live action that you don't even know it's Colin Farrell, and I really love that. It's like that's one of the big risks in looking at Colin Farrell in the movie. Hell, performance-wise, absolutely amazing. Just oh my god. And do we really need to say much about the Riddler?
No, no, we do not. He speaks for himself.
Like I remember like back when I think there was like a leak going around on Twitter, and just to let everyone know, I don't have Twitter, but there was like a leaked post saying that the beginning of this film is actually not like any other Batman film, and I was like, oh okay, and then I watched the film, and I'm like, fuck me, that's amazing, because like let me tell you, the moment you see the Riddler, you're like, oh shit, no way. Which is pretty much the reaction I got. Like the moment I saw Riddler, I was like, oh yes. And Paul Dano, fucking phenomenal actor. I literally thought the scene where he was getting arrested, I literally thought he was batshit crazy. Like, not even in the acting style. I'm talking about, I thought he actually went insane.
Oh yeah, no, like he really hams it up as Riddler.
Yeah. And would I say he's better than Jim Carrey? I mean, yeah.
I
Yeah,
heard
that's
that
an interesting question.
Yeah.
I heard that
no,
Paul
you-
Dano.
I keep interrupting Dylan. I'm sorry, man. Can you finish what you said?
I heard that Paul Dano like couldn't barely sleep after playing the role.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that. Holy shit. I mean, I think, well, I mean, as someone who's basically kind of studying a bit of acting and a bit of filmmaking, I can actually understand why, because, like, there are characters, even in, like, writing perspectives, that you can write a character that is either menacing or just intimidating, and then you're like, this guy's just in my head. Oh my god. Like, with the Riddler, and for those of you who watch behind the scenes, Riddler in this movie was pretty much inspired by the Zodiac Killer. And the way I'm seeing it, I know nothing about the Zodiac Killer. I haven't even seen the Zodiac movie, and I do plan on watching it. But I can actually sit here and tell you that Riddler was scary as fuck.
Yeah, he really did have an intimidating presence in this movie. And it's really refreshing to see because Riddler conceptually is a terrifying killer. We rarely do see instances where he's played off serious, but recently we have, like, for example, in Batman the Enemy Within, the Telltale series, and with this new movie, they're finally starting to take him seriously, and I really like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anyway, that's pretty much all my positives. Acting was perfect. Just the story, the plot, the entire message of the movie, everything was amazing. So you know what? I'm gonna hand it over to the Sly and Sonic fan.
Yeah, so if you were to ask me what my positives on this movie were, I would just basically sit you down in front of the Batman, play the entire 2 hour and 56 minutes of its runtime and say that's my positives. Every single frame, every single second, every single inch of this movie is a positive to me. So I basically, for this section, I'm just gonna go to my top three positives, like my favorites. Number three would be how the villains were handled. Now, if you know me, I love my villains. They're probably my favorite aspects of most stories. Even you can see that in my writing. I just love the villain roles. I love the antagonists because usually they're the most. They're very like their lack of morals that we as a society hold dear, that makes us human, that sets us apart from monsters, always makes their characters super intriguing to me. And so yeah, I just love villains, and Batman has easily the most iconic rogues gallery out of any other superhero. So when you're making a Batman movie, you really need to prioritize the psyche and the personalities of these villains, and the Batman certainly does not disappoint in this aspect. So this movie features Carmine Falcone, Penguin, and the Riddler. And I actually realized this while I was rewatching it. It's the first like superhero movie that actually juggles three villains and makes it all work. Now you could point to No Way Home and says, well, technically that has like five villains, but I don't really count that since they weren't really antagonistic, like during the majority of the movie, not going into No Way Home that much. But yeah, with this movie, you have three villains, three threats, all serviceable to the plot. It doesn't feel rushed. None of them feel forced out. They all have plenty of time to shine. I love the way they go with Carmine Falcone, how they really establish him as this ruthless crime lord who controls every single square inch of the city. And his dynamic of Catwoman, the fact that his character plays with her character, like the dynamic that they have, I really love that. It's a very, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's a very unique thing that this film added. And Penguin, I really love the way they're doing Penguin in this. Because usually, like before Batman Returns, Penguin was showcased as this regular mobster who was very elegant and fancy. And then Tim Burton innovated with this very grotesque, monstrous version of the character. And so since then, some Batman media like switches between the two. This one kind of takes the personality of the very elegant and sophisticated Penguin, but blends in the grotesque, kind of deformed face of Tim Burton's character. So I really like how they did him, and having him as a second-rate henchman who later fills in Carmine Falcone's shoes after he gets killed and becomes the new mobster. I thought that was awesome. That's definitely going to play a significant role in the sequels. And finally, the one and only Riddler. Absolutely fantastic. He's the usual egotistical, narcissistic criminal mastermind that we all know and love, who plays with Batman's intellectual side by like giving him all these hard to solve riddles. And yeah, I really enjoyed all these villains. I think they were all portrayed fantastically by each of the actors. And the second thing that I want to list is every single thing that's technical. This includes cinematography, effects, score, performances. Jesus, I fumble that word a lot. Yeah, everything technical that this movie has is exceptional by all means. Every single shot, every single frame of this movie is done with purpose. It looks like a comic book brought straight to life. All the music, as Dylan said, like when he was going over pros, is really cool. I love the score that this Batman has. And yeah, all the performances are great. I will go out of my way and say that this is my favorite version of Catwoman, just character-wise and performance-wise. This is my favorite Catwoman ever in any Batman media I've ever seen. I would say this is my favorite live-action Batman, but I told the guys that yesterday, but then I thought about Batfleck again, and I was like, I kind of really like that Batman too. So it's a tie between those two as of right now. But yeah, no, I really did enjoy Robert Pattinson as Batman. He is definitely like tied with Batfleck, if not better than him, as my favorite Batman. Yeah, everything technical wise is brilliant. And finally, my favorite thing about this movie is the character journey of Batman. How he starts out as this very angry vigilante who's doing everything solely upon vengeance and to strike fear in the heart of Gotham. But then he realizes later that instead of using fear, he finds other ways to help Gotham, as Alfred suggests earlier in the movies. Instead of being a symbol of fear, he can be both a symbol of fear and maybe even a symbol of hope. And he can inspire the people of Gotham and help, and not act as a crime fighter, but maybe even as a savior. I thought that arc that he goes on is absolutely brilliant. A lot of people complain that this Bruce Wayne wasn't the billionaire playboy that we see in other iterations, but I will defend that by saying that that's not this Bruce Wayne yet. I'm pretty sure in the sequels we'll see him don that persona, but as of like this movie, he's still new to the whole Batman thing. And so he hasn't gotten used to wearing that Bruce Wayne face yet. He's still a very angry and tormented soul who doesn't know his place in the world, who feels lost, who feels isolated, who feels like the only way he can operate is by beating on the very same people who took his parents away. So yeah, I think that the journey Batman goes on in this film is absolutely brilliant, and like everyone has said, is portrayed fantastically by Robert Pattinson, who, despite what we all thought initially, makes for almost the definitive Batman. So that's all my pros for the movie, at least my highlights.
I just wanted to quickly jump in and just say that to go along with defending Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne, keep in mind, this is to everyone, by the way, to the people who criticize him, keep in mind, this is Batman in his second year. Like, this is not Batman with his first year, or this is not Batman where we're in, like, the center, if you know what I mean. Like, we're nowhere near his origin story, and we're nowhere near the part that makes him snap, or the part that Robin comes in, or something like that. This is year 2. This is not really the Bruce Wayne that we're getting yet. Personally, to me, I don't think he's at that stage yet. I think he's still coping with it. And in a potential sequel, I hope they expand upon it, and if no, then that will be completely fine. I just hope they do something good, and that's what I wanted to add in.
Yeah, it's clear that he's still maturing.
Yeah. And
all
now,
right, with that said,
we have to move to the meat and bones, the cons, aka the problems, aka you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to go into detail about it.
Yeah. Well, it's our turn to shit all over this movie. I'm just kidding. Let's go our cons. So who wants to go
movie,
first?
0 out of 10.
Oh yeah, worst Batman movie ever made. Batman and Robin, instantly better. But yeah, who wants to go first?
I think Dylan should go first.
Dylan,
Sure.
you up for it? All right, bet.
I only have like one con.
Oh,
The runtime. A little long for my taste, but it's still a good movie.
okay.
Yeah, I definitely understand the runtime. I guess it's just my preference. I don't mind long movies. I didn't think this movie was even that long because the pacing is so great. It didn't even feel like 2 hours and 40 minutes had gone by. But yeah, I definitely get what people are talking about when it comes to like, they probably prefer something a little shorter. The only thing I'll say to the movie's defense is that every scene feels very vital, as Gamebox told me yesterday. So like, it does not really necessarily anything they could have cut out of it, but yeah, no, I definitely get the runtime con.
Okay, I guess I'll start with my cons of the movie. To be honest, I never really wasn't really interested, or I didn't really find the Carmine Falcone subplot very interesting, in all honesty. And like, don't get me wrong, I thought it was fine, but it was like I wasn't really invested in that. I was more invested in like the crime and just everything with the Riddler and stuff. Now, am I thinking that the scene with Carmine Falcone or the subplot's pointless? No, not at all. I'm just saying I wish it would have added something a little bit more interesting for me. But again, it's not it's not bad. I would just say it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I definitely get you.
But everything else was bloody amazing.
Oh yeah. I guess I'll go last. So funny thing is, guys, I don't have any cons for the movie. I meant what I said. I think the movie is actually like perfect from practically every viewpoint. The one con that I will say, which isn't even really a con about the movie, is that I think it was a little overhyped when people were saying it was super innovative and risky, because I guess it's because since I've seen Gotham and I've seen all these other Batman animated projects and I've seen every Batman movie ever made, this one didn't really surprise me in any area. Like for the most part, it was standard Batman. It didn't really do anything new like people were saying it did. Maybe it's the first time we've seen some of these aspects in a like live action Batman movie, but if you've seen like most animated movies, if you've read most comics or whatever, this is standard. It doesn't really try anything like breathtaking or different, which is why I still think The Dark Knight's better, because that movie had a completely innovative villains and had to like push the character to its limits. Whereas this one it's standard Batman. Now, and then the tiny nitpick that I will have is Joker. Not the Joker design or the Joker actor, but just the fact that he was revealed so early on. I would prefer if they didn't blow their load too early, because Joker tends to be the peak with most Batman stories, and like we've seen in the Batman quadrilogy, where like Batman 89 is regarded as probably the best one, since like the chemistry between Batman and Joker is so beautiful. And then The Dark Knight, which had one of the best, if not the definitive Joker we've ever seen on screen. Yeah, I think Joker tends to be like they should save him for an in-game threat as opposed to having him in the sequel. But that's not like a con of the movie. They're probably just setting him up early. Then they're gonna have another cameo in the sequel, and then he's finally gonna like break out and do something big in the third movie. But that's just me. I just hope that they don't blow the load too early when it comes to Joker. But yeah, that's literally like a tiny nitpick. And yeah, I don't mind the runtime. I don't mind a lot of the complaints that people have with maybe like how Batman was portrayed. Yeah, no, I think everything is flawless with this movie.
Actually, now that you mentioned Joker, I will admit that was another tiny con I had, because I keep having this feeling inside where it's like, I think Joker was pretty much, well, I could be wrong, and if anyone out there has behind the scenes evidence that Matt Reeves put this in for his own business and stuff, then all power to you, and I'll side with you on that one. But I have a feeling that Joker was pretty much a studio mandated thing. That's my theory.
Yeah, and it makes sense too, because there was that deleted scene that, like, when you look at it, why was it made in the first place? Because, like, afterwards it was viewed as, okay, this is unnecessary, we'll cut it. But why was it even made in the first place? Because Joker just kind of just has a regular conversation with Batman and establishes that they have history or whatever. Like, why would they film that and then immediately remove it from the film? And then secondly, the conversation that he has with Riddler kind of feels like established sequel baiting, but it could have also have just been a mandate where, like, okay, we have to have Joker somewhere in the movie, and then they made the first scene, thought that went on too long and scrapped it, and then like stuck him in with Riddler like next to his cell. I think that's probably what might have happened, but yeah.
Yeah.
Time for the ratings.
Ratings. All right, Dylan, what would you rate this?
9.9 out of 10.
Okay.
Pretty good. All right. 9.5 out of 10.
Okay, nice. Mine is 10 out of 10. I think that this movie has absolutely no flaws.
Holy shit. Pretty good.
Yep. But yeah, no. I'm glad you guys liked all this. But yeah, I will ask you guys a question. That I'm pretty sure I already know. But where does this movie come in with your ranking of like the Batman movies, and how would this play into your top 3 favorite Batman movies?
Ooh, good question. I would put this. I would put this at a number 4 for me. 3 would be Dark Knight. 2 would be Batman 89. And you all know my number 1. It's Batman Returns, the best movie ever made.
Batman Returns is phenomenal. What about you, Dylan?
Mine is number 3, The Batman. Number 2, Batman Begins. And number 1, The Dark Knight.
That's my bro, another Dark Knight enthusiast. I love to see it. Yeah, my top three is we talked about this briefly before, and I mentioned that 89 was actually my third. But then I thought about it, and Batman v Superman technically counts as a Batman movie, considering he's such a huge part of it. And so I have to concede that and say Batman v Superman is number three. And if you guys are about to like jump me in the comments for saying that, I'll probably make a Batman v Superman review sometime down the line. There's too much to talk about that movie to explain to you guys right now. I just love it. Number two is the Batman, and number one is the Dark Knight.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that pretty much wraps everything up, guys.
Yeah. Can't really believe that throughout the entire time, Sly still hasn't gotten his revenge on me. That is actually a record breaker.
Well, you know what they say. If you're gonna get revenge with someone, you do it when they least expect it and they're at their happiest.
Oh well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Okay. At that note, never stop gaming, nor creating, everyone. Peace out.
Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for popping by to watch us or hear us do a discussion on the Batman. So, peace out.
Watch the movie, everybody. Peace out.
So, I'm actually getting kind of hungry. Do you guys want to order Mr. Johnson's pie?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 2 seconds. All right. What you guys want?
I'll take my usual. Give me a nice apple pie and a glass of milk.
Okay. Dylan?
Do they have banana pudding?
I think they do. I'll call them. Hope they give me my fucking toy because they didn't do that last time. Sorry, 2 seconds. Let me just get my phone.